Hi, this is Bob Frome with Frome and Associates.
Hi, Bob. Thank you once again for taking time out of your busy day to meet with us. I
You're very welcome.
that. Yeah, Bob, as a real estate broker, the question comes across to me a lot with people going through the short sale process. Will they receive or will there be a deficiency judgment, and how will that affect them? And as a real estate broker, that's outside my scope of expertise. I'm not allowed to give that type of advice. I know I hear them say, "Hey, my agent said this or what,"
Right.
but so for me, I would rather refer them to someone such as yourself. Okay, so
Thank you.
what would you say to someone that is in that situation?
We would really hope that our clients would bring us into the negotiation process of the short sale in advance, so that they can have an informed decision when they do a short sale. But if it's already history and in the past, there are still things that we can do. It's kind of based on an individual situation,
Okay.
What their finances are, their solvency. But we can still help them. They should call us and let us know what their situation is.
Okay. Now, in the short sale process, Bob, what we've seen is also the banks will assign, say, a promissory note at the end of. They'll say, okay, well, it'll be a rider like slipped into the loan docs in the past.
Yeah,
Right? It was
I've seen that.
an adjustable rate rider.
Yeah,
Now it's a promissory note rider saying, we'll allow this short sale to take place or this judgment, but you have to sign off that, hey, you're going to pay us $15,000 or $45,000 or whatever the case may be. In dealing with that down the road, tax-wise, how would that affect someone? I mean, how does the IRS look at that?
Well, in one respect, the promissory note that's signed is not considered forgiveness of debt,
Okay.
and forgiveness of debt could be taxable.
Okay.
So on one side of it, it could be a positive. On the other hand, it could be a negative, because now maybe a foreclosure would have been the proper avenue to take.
Gotcha.
So they just need to talk to somebody. They
Right.
need to get some professional advice when things like that come up. That's why we're here.
There you go. Very good, Bob. And if you had, so many people ask me. I had this situation, but my neighbor's situation was different. And you've been in the business how long?
30 years.
30 years. All right, Bob. Honestly, how many tax returns have you seen that were identical? Same employer, regardless?
Absolutely, very few.
Okay.
And everybody's fact pattern is a little bit different. And the nuances between them change everything.
Okay.
So we just can't go by what happened to the neighbor or the guy down the street.
Right.
It may or may not apply to you.
Right. Right. Now, what time frame afterwards? Because I came to you 5-6 years ago, Bob, and my taxes were a mess because someone else had given me the wrong advice. And I was lucky that I surrounded myself with a really good group of people, and I met you, and I appreciate that. You really helped us out. But so someone that says, hey, I have this judgment, I have maybe child support judgment against me, things like that. How would you what kind of advice would you give them all in all as a picture, like to really try and get back on track with a goal or a task?
Well, that's exactly it, Louis. They have to look at the underlying problems and determine a strategy with a long-term solution with some short-term goals to reach that solution. They got to get their head out of the sand, and they've got to start an action.
Very good.
And it has to be sensible, and you have to interview a few professionals to make sure that you're with the one that's compatible with you. If they're overcommitting and want a lot of money for their services, they're probably the wrong person.
Right.
A lot of questions should be asked of the professional: how long they've been in business, what is their status, what is their designation, and when they find a comfortable person to deal with, then they should use their intuition. I guess that's what it all boils down to at the end, and then start a process of getting back to recovery.
Bob, you said 3 things there that just struck me. The one was the research and getting the professional. I was given misinformation. This gentleman screwed up my taxes.
I remember that.
You called me, hey, Louis, you have a small problem here. So that was years down the road.
I think we can fix it, though.
That's right. And then the other issue was when I came to you, I had been in the real estate business a short period of time, and I had a corporation formed. Yeah. And you once again, you looked at the corporation, and you said, Louis, why did you open up this type of corporation? And I said, well, Bob, that's what this guy said. And you were like, but why? Look at the benefits of this one. So there twice I was given misinformation. So then the third question you asked me was, how much did you pay for this corporation? And you didn't ask me just for informational purposes. It was more like, you know, what were you doing and why would you set it up this way and what were you charged for it, kind of thing, for the write-off. And when I told you, once again, I was overcharged.
Yeah.
You know, and it was so those are three mistakes that I personally made, and that's why I'm just so true to you. And you're like, you know,
Thank you.
I really,
Thank
you know,
you.
I really trust you, and I refer people to you when they say
Appreciate
I have an issue, because I've been through it, and I can't sit back and help you with your problem on something that I've never gone through. So
Right. That's right.
so that's why I really appreciate everything you've done, and once again,
Oh, thank you.
You know, you've been a blessing to me. So
Well, thank you, Liz.
but anything else you want to add to for someone that says, hey, you know, I don't really, you know, when should I call, or, you know, should I do it during tax season, or should it be the beginning of summer? When would you say to call?
Well, I mean, if they have an issue to talk about right away,
Okay.
it's easier to resolve issues that are new than have been matured for a while.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right. Well, once again, Bob, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.